Hey guys, so we're going to do our Victorian era poem today. Remember, so Victorian era is from about 1835 to about 1900. So we're still kind of in that industrialization phase, but we're not so, people aren't so aghast at it, aren't so reluctant. So they still kind of see industry as a little rough, but they're more accepting towards it. They're realizing that they have to go through with it in order to get through, move on. The main thing about this era is lots and lots of change. So the poem that we're going to do, explicate and talk about, is Dover Beach, and it is by Matthew Arnold. So remember we had a poem, The Last Word by Matthew Arnold, for the Romantic period. But one thing to note is that some of these poems are kind of like in the midst of the middle of them. So some, Dover Beach is kind of in the middle. The middle of the beginning stages of the Victorian era. So it's a little more challenging with the form and everything. Whereas the one that we read previously was more towards the end of the Romantic period. That's why they kind of blend together, and we have that same author. So we're going to talk about Dover Beach. So it is talking about this beach. It's very, very somber tone. Very, very somber tone. So there's lots of figurative language, lots of sound, lots of emotion. One thing to note is that this is a reader's poem. So again, we see that shift in kind of challenging form, challenging standards, and tradition. So it really evokes the emotions with this imagery. Lots and lots and lots of imagery. If you just here's a line. Listen, you hear the grating roar. So that's just really, you feel that. You feel the raspiness in the voice. So, you still have, while the form is a little different on this one, lots of classical elements. Again, we have lots of allusions, imagery, caesura, anaphora, repetition, alliteration, lots of things. So what Dover Beach is really, it's kind of stating that change. Matthew Arnold was really obvious about it. And instead of, most people think that the beach is happy and light and fun. The way that he conveys it is very dark. So he's taking things like their common daily world is changing. And it's got factories, and it's got smoke, and all these different changes are happening in their lives. And he's taking that, and he's managing to take a beach, which is what people would think of, like a vacation. So something nice and easy, and changing it, the mood. Talks about gleams and is gone, the cliffs of England stand, glimmering and vast, out in the tranquil bay. So it's really kind of harsh. At the beginning, it's not as bad because it talks about the sea is calm and everything is fine. But then the farther we get down, the last stanza is really, really what I find to be really harsh and really just represent that change. So it says, swept with confused alarms of struggle and flight, where ignorant armies clash by night. So we see that total shift. We see that the sea is calm tonight, the tide is full, the moon lies fair, and then swept with confused alarms of struggle and flight, where ignorant armies clash by night. We see that entire change, entire shift. So it's like that change. So they're happy with their lives, everything is good. Industrialization, oh dang, this is not what we wanted, this is not what we thought was going to happen. They have to change their entire lifestyle. People are poor, they need jobs, places are crowded, people are flocking to the cities. Again, the beach, fun, the sea, everyone, great times, brings in the change. It kind of feels to me as if there's kind of like a war on the beach, but that may not be the case. It can be something else. It could be a storm. So what you really see is he compares that beach their daily lives and how they're changing. And how something so small, like one factory, can change everything. So it's really capturing the essence of Victorian era with lots and lots of change. So that is our Victorian era poem. I wanted to take a little bit longer on that one because there's only one poem that we are explicating from that time period. So our next poem will be from the modern time period, and we will do 2 from those, and then we will have a wrap-up video, which you should definitely be on the lookout for, and it'll sum everything up from all 3 time periods, so you get it all in one place. So catch you next time.